Honorable Ministers, you respond to that one. Please add this one. 16.4 trillion of unutilized loans. Why? Where have we failed?
Thank you very much. Before I respond to the question, I was patiently listening when Kivumbi was submitting. He said, sorry, Honorable Kivumbi.
That's okay.
He said we have two budgets. The one we present to Parliament and the one we keep to ourselves. That's not correct. And that has never happened. The budget that the country operates is the budget which is approved by Parliament through appropriation. If we want to change the Appropriations Act, we do so by supplementary appropriations, which normally happens. And supplementaries are normal in budgeting because it is difficult to foresee and also to foresee all items, and also it is difficult to say, actually it is impossible to say that in the 12 months nothing will happen which was not planned for. So that one calls for the regular supplementaries which you normally see. The Rubowa things we are talking about, in this budget for this year, this time everything is provided for. We have provided for Rubowa, we have provided for Roko, and we have provided for the Congo, which we are talking about. It is part of the estimates which we have given. So it is one budget which will be, which is already before you in Parliament,
take the minister's word,
which will have a chance to scrutinize and make recommendations and approve all. Now I come to the numbers. My numbers are the following. You are referring to Mukunda's number, to Julius's numbers. Now the authoritative numbers are the following. Total resource envelope for 25-26 is 71.9 trillion.
True.
Out of which 43.2 trillion is going to facilitate.
Discretionary spending
is the one we are going to distribute. The rest is committed into debt repayment and arrears. So out of the 43, 4.1 trillion is going for the ATMs, Professor. I am trying to answer the questions squarely, because Professor was asking where is the money going.
Out of the 43.
Out of the 43, the 4.1 trillion is going to the ATMs. And the 30, and sorry?
I was very clear.
Yes.
I said the government of Uganda contribution to the 43 is the 31.
Yes.
Do you dispute that?
It is.
No, the government of Uganda.
Contribution.
URA.
No, government of Uganda.
What do you mean by that? I want to understand what that means.
This is the government of Uganda money. I mean, the 43 has got external and the government of Uganda.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The government of Uganda contribution to the 43
yes.
is the 31.
31.4.
31.4.
Is URA government of Uganda?
Yes.
How much is it?
So URA is projected to collect 36.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, our appropriation in aid, which is generated through local revenues,
will result into
319.
Yes.
Now, when you add the two of URA, that is our local revenue collection. Yet our government's local contribution to the budget will include the 31 and this statutory.
Where is that 31 figure coming from?
From me.
From your figures. Now, which gives you 49.7.
Because I don't understand. No, let's go slow.
Of which you require.
Can we understand
as a country.
that GOU means what?
Government of Uganda has contribution to the budget.
In terms of what? In terms of expenditure, in terms of revenue.
expenditure.
Or expenditure, yes.
Which makes the 43.
Yes, that's actually it is 32, which we are putting in the enablers to achieve
Yes,
the
it
ATMs.
is 32.
Yes.
You want to put it 32, you are rounding
Yes.
it off to
Yes.
32.
Yes.
Now, that's the money we must have as a country. It's not
Yes.
going to be borrowed. Now, as a country, we must also have money to pay interest. We are not going to borrow it. We must have money to amortize. You pay to pay our principal. We must have money to pay the Bank of Uganda. We must have money, you have committed money to pay for the domestic areas. When you add those numbers, you get 49.7 trillion. Yet your local revenue as a country you are going to generate is 37.
Why don't you look at the total resource envelope?
No, no, no.
Why are you interested
No, what
in-
I'm saying,
Because
just
I'm
tell me,
telling you,
what I'm
if-
disputing to you is that you don't have the resource for this budget.
No, I
Where?
have it.
Where?
All the 71,
From where?
all the 7, if I distribute the 71.9, I balance off.
From where?
With-
From which resource?
No, from, I even told you.
From where?
I told you.
From URA, from
I told
government,
you
from
there is
borrowing.
URA, there is borrowing, and there is project
the
support.
borrowing.
All added
The
up together
borrowing.
make up the
If
resource
you add
envelope.
31 and you add the 11 for borrowing, you get 43. You get it? But down there on the memo items, you have statutory obligations that the country
No.
to pay.
Can we go through? Because
You
I
must
don't
have
want you.
generated revenue.
I
Tell
don't
me where
want
you
you
have
to
that money
mislead
from.
us. You have your calculator?
Yes, I have
You
my
add
phone.
36.82,
36.82.
yes,
Yes.
plus 11.4.
From where?
No, you add, you
11
add.
From where?
This is domestic borrowing.
That's 38.
So you are going to borrow.
So 36.82 plus 11.4. Then you add 10.
Yes.
That's 48.2.
I beg your pardon? No. Add 1.48 trillion.
Yes.
Then add 11.93 gives you what?
899.
So you are going to go to the domestic market.
69 point.
Yeah, you see,
So approximately.
You are going to go to
70,
the
yes.
domestic. Exactly what you are
Yes.
saying. That exactly that's what I wanted.
Yes.
And the Honorable Muhammad talked about it. Is that you are going to go to our domestic market
exactly.
and borrow 10 trillion.
Actually,
Yes.
he's going to.
Eh?
He's,
You are
Yes.
going to go to the domestic market and borrow 10
No,
trillion.
11.4.
11.3 trillion
Yes.
domestically.
Yes.
You must be mad. I can tell you.
Honorable Minister, please respond. Honorable Kivumbi, please allow him respond.
That's what I wanted you to consider for the public to know.
Yes.
That in this year's budget, they are going to go domestically.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why I raised this now. I'd seen the 11.
Yeah.
I wanted to come it from you.
Yes.
That you are going to go to our domestic. And that's why you talked about, Professor. That when you interrogate the
You see-
efficacy of these numbers, it's absolutely bad economics.
But
Okay.
you see,
Yes, Honorable
you see,
Minister.
I think, in our opinion, what we should be worried about is what this money is doing.
Exactly.
Where are we? Borrowing is okay. Governments borrow. Even we individually borrow, but also governments all over the world, even the ones you are proud of, have borrowed even more than us.
yes, that's
America inclusive. So the question should be, where are we investing this borrowed money? And the answers are the following. In the ATMs, no, before I even go to the ATMs, the wealth creation programs, PDM, MYOGA, UDB, GROW, UDC, among others, they are taking 2.3 trillion Uganda shillings. Is this good or bad?
That's most of that is external borrowing.
No, it's a combination.
Okay, that's
So
true.
now you go to other ATM areas. You have the first ATM is agro-industrialization.
Exactly.
We are investing there 1.72 trillion. Good or bad? In tourism, especially in marketing, branding, this excludes the road infrastructure, network and others, 371 billion. In mineral development, we are investing there 957 billion. In science and technology and innovations, including ICT, we want to put there 537 billion. Now we come to other aspects of the budget. You have the defense and security. Is that a bad idea?
Yes.
It is taking,
How much?
it's taking 9.7. This program is taking 9.7 trillion. You have human capital. For instance, in health alone, 4.4 trillion. In education, 4.9 trillion. In the water, close to 350 billion.
Yes.
I can mention in infrastructure, let me end with infrastructure. The infrastructure budget on roads alone, 6.97 trillion. Electricity, close to 1 trillion. Industrial parks, 269 billion, among others. So, if we could ensure that these allocations go to these investments, what would we achieve? Our long-term objectives, job creation, household incomes, and other things. If these are achieved, we would be able to repay this debt and be able to continue growing our economy. So the borrowing, in my opinion, shouldn't be the problem.
But
Yes, because at the end of the day, you want to raise, you want to grow your tax base so that you are able to make your economy repay this loan.